Do you think the NFL season will kick off on September 10th? Do you think that fans will be in stadiums this year because they're permitted to be? And even if they are permitted to be, do you think fans will come back the way we're accustomed to fans being in football stadiums? What is your thought about coming back in the world of football?
Yeah, I think let me ask the last one. Let me answer the last part of that question first. I think it's the easiest one for me to answer. I think it's going to take time before, even if you were to open up everything right now and say, hey, go back to normal. Like, I don't think the bars are going to be as full as they were before. And I don't think sporting events might be quite as full as they once before. I think ultimately you will get back to that. But I think it's going to take time for people to kind of get, because we've been bombarded. And I'm not blaming the media on this, but we've been bombarded by every negative story and every scary thing over the last 6-7 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you weighed the negative, scary stuff to the positive, hopeful stuff on our TVs and internets and the internet and computer, all those different ways we consume information, the negative is winning. And so
Mm-hmm.
that scares people. People are afraid right now. And I think that takes time to get back. So I think it'll ultimately back to where it once was. But I don't think even like if you tell everyone in Jacksonville or in New England that go back to the Patriots game, nope, opening day. I think there'll be a percentage, maybe 5, maybe 10, maybe 15% say, I'll pass. I'll wait and see how this thing goes. As far as the NFL playing, Scott, I think it will. I really do. I don't have any information. You don't. I'm going by my gut.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going by kind of where this thing's going, how the information we learn more and more. We're seeing the flattening of the curve. We're not seeing these huge surges. I think the next month is critical. Georgia opened up as a state last week in a big way, bars, everything. So we got to watch that closely to see what happens. I think you look at some of the drug companies, pharmaceutical companies that are getting treatments. What if a treatment comes out in 60 days that is approved by the FDA? It says, hey, yeah, you might get this, but you're not going to die from it. It's going to get you, we can get this treatment to get you better quickly. I think that changes things. So I think there's a lot of things that can happen. I think the NFL plays. I'm 50-50 on whether there'll be fans or not, and probably leaning towards no fans early. And at some point, at the season, them coming back. But I think the NFL plays, and I think they play on time.
All right, let me ask you this. If Tom Brady and Drew Brees are facing off in the New Orleans Superdome, you think there'll be a sold out crowd? Because I go to that game.
You know, it depends. How much are the tickets? Because I think a generation younger than us will go. Like, I don't think my boys who are 22 and 21 are going to be worried about going out and going places and going to games. I just don't think they care. Maybe they're too dumb to care. Maybe they're too young. And maybe we were all there one time. We think we're invincible. And so I think there's a younger maybe the generation below us, Scott, that I think like, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
tired. Like, I'll say this. I went on a bike ride yesterday from my house in Ponte Beach all the way to Atlantic Beach, which is there's 3 beach communities in between. And just to go ride my bike, me and my family, just because I think it's important we get out, social distance, stay away, but you got to exercise. You got to, I mean, otherwise we're all going to go crazy. And so we did the social distancing. We didn't get close to anyone, but it was hard not to because there were so many people out because they shut the beaches down during the middle of the day. It's only open in the
Right.
morning and night. And so people
Mm-hmm.
are like, this is beach communities. They want to get
Mm-hmm.
out. They got to
Oh,
live.
dude.
They got to do things. And it was so crowded. And I said, you know what? I think at some point, and I don't know where that point is, and I hope we do it smart. And that's why I think take the emotion out of this. Let's let the numbers tell us what to do. Because I'm afraid at some point people are just gonna be like, enough with it. We're going. Like you're
Yeah.
not stopping us. And I think there's a
Right.
generation below that would go to that game no matter what, to watch those two teams play.
Yeah, I know. Just real quick before you go. I mean, to me, I definitely love hearing what people think about it. I'm shocked still that Brady decided to go from the pinnacle of New England to one of the really lower level franchises of Tampa Bay, and take that kind of risk at this stage of his career. I mean, it's a ballsy move to me. And then,
Well,
what do you think?
but I actually think, I mean, if you look at it, the risk was almost staying at Tampa. I mean, staying at New England would be higher. And from this standpoint, where else can he go to have the talent and the weapons around him? If you go look at that defense, it's pretty dang good. In a warm weather climate, that's going to help your older body. You're either going to play in warm weather a lot or a lot of indoor stadiums. Um, I think no matter what, it was a risk for Brady to keep on playing because as he gets older, I mean, New England, we can watch them kind of rebuild, and they don't have the talent that uh, Brady probably wanted around him. So I think it was a risk no matter what. I'm fascinated by the whole argument, and I would love to debate you. We'll probably agree, but we can just make up that we don't agree on who is more impactful in this historic run. Was it Brady or was it Belichick? And I love that he didn't stay there, so at least we can get some evidence at the end of Brady's career to see which one it is. This is what sports are about. Everyone's like, "Oh, I wish you would have ended." With the Patriots. And I said, well, that's one story that'd be fun. But this is a pretty fun story to me. This is what I like this stuff, man. Let's go see. Let's go see. Is he the GOAT? Let's go see what he does. We saw Montana do it with Kansas City. You see every once in a while these all-time greats change at the last minute. So I'm excited for it. I think it'll be. You talk about a division now. I mean, Brady and Brees playing twice a year. What else do you want?
I mean, seriously, I had Brees on not long after he made a big $5 million donation. And like you're sitting there at your house, he was driving around going to a workout, and he's got his phone like an Uber driver connected to his air conditioning vent. And he's talking while he's driving. And we're like,
is that
okay,
safe? Is that like safe?
I don't think it's safe.
Yeah.
I don't think it was safe.
So
but
you were endangering people of New Orleans with your show, basically.
I would just I would not endanger the people of New Orleans. I endangered the people of Southern California but Drew was driving.
He was in Southern California.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. Nobody.
No. I mean, they're used to you. They're used to you endangering people in Southern California. You've been around a long time.
I might endanger them again in the future. Here we are. It's been a year since we went off the air. And I remember you telling me that it was a guilty pleasure of yours watching my daily Twitter videos as people were clearing the offices, and it was sad and equipment was being ripped out. And that was a year ago. And we just announced today, believe it or not, that there's a new deal to put us back on the same radio transmitter, 1090, San Diego, Orange County, Los Angeles, Central Coast. And we just announced it today. So it's literally a year from when you were watching us take it all apart to a year we are starting to put it all back together.
They're going to let you go back on the air, you're telling me.
In some way.
All right, I look forward to it. You'll be on there. But I'll give you credit. You've made this whole non-traditional radio work. So, it's good to join you today.
Yeah, I'm really happy to have you. And by the way, just everybody in the family is now good. Everybody has
everyone's healthy. Yeah, everyone's healthy. It was crazy, we all live under one roof because my boys came home from college and they got stuck here because of spring break. So they were here. So, 7 of us. My wife and I got it. My 2 boys got it. Somehow, my 18, 17, and 10-year-old daughter never got it, although they were taking care of us for 2 weeks. And so how that works, I mean, who knows?
That's the beauty of having a lot of daughters. We got 3 of them each. Hey, Tony, I'm glad you're healthy. You look awesome. This has been a phenomenal conversation. Thank you. I appreciate you, buddy, and I'll see you soon.
All right, Scott. Talk to you soon.